Hi, my name is Pastor Stephanie Lape. I serve at Crossing Crown Lutheran Church in Rancho Cucamonga, California, and I'm in my car about 2 blocks from my home. I'm under quarantine like the rest of the country right now, but sometimes it's nice just to go a couple of blocks away. For one thing, it's quieter because I live with two people that are musicians, and I also have two dogs. So it's nice and quiet in my car, and I can make these videos sometimes from here. I hope you had a wonderful Easter Sunday. It's a season. Easter is not just one day in the church, but it's many, many days, many weeks, in fact. And so it's nice to think about Christ being risen again and what that all means in our lives. There's so many different kinds of meanings and different years. Things stand out to us differently about it. So I hope you're having some time where you're thinking about what that new life means for you these days. Today, like many clergy around the world, I'm tired. I mean, just deeply tired. And I wanted to know how you were doing. And I wish you could answer me through this YouTube video and tell me how you're doing. You can certainly write in the comment section below the video how you are these days, or you can get a hold of me and we can chat. But I wonder how you are, because people are feeling a lot of different feelings these days. You might, like me, feel very tired right now. Some people after a major holiday feel kind of this letdown, like, all of this energy was put into the holiday and all of the hopes and dreams of a family dinner or whatever it is that you did for Easter Sunday. And then it's kind of like this weird feeling afterwards, like, well, now what am I supposed to focus on? What am I supposed to do? You might be feeling anxious, and that's totally understandable at this kind of crazy time. For one thing, we don't know exactly when it's going to end. This quarantine, lockdown, this whole pandemic, we don't know when it's going to be done for any of us. And so that naturally breeds anxiety when we don't really know when the finish point is. You might be feeling sad. I mean, so far the world has lost 100,000 people to this virus. That's just huge numbers. And thinking of all the families and all of that loss, it can just feel so dramatic. And even if you haven't lost a friend or a loved one or a family member, still just even knowing about it can feel like you're experiencing a kind of collective grief, as the whole world is right now. So that's normal. You might actually be feeling happy and peaceful. And if you're feeling happy and peaceful, maybe you feel great about that, and that's fine. But you might be feeling guilty about feeling happy. I've heard of people feeling this way lately, like knowing that all these people have died and then feeling like, well, what's wrong with me that I'm feeling peaceful and happy, as if I don't care. It might feel like I feel guilty for not caring. You don't need to feel that guilt at all. It's okay for you to feel good. If you feel good, that's great. You don't need to feel pain because other people happen to at the moment. But I understand that feeling. It's like a kind of survivor's guilt. Why am I feeling so good when other people are in pain? Well, what I want to point out to you right now is that emotions are high, and people are running the gamut of emotions. As I've talked about in many of these videos, some are feeling anger or anxiety or depression or any numbers of things. And whatever you're feeling, as I've been saying, it's okay. One message from the cross that I want to highlight now is the sense of grace. Not just the sense of it, but the reality of grace. Your okayness doesn't come from how you happen to be feeling or thinking or doing. If you feel so exhausted by this weight of the world, and because of that you're sleeping 12 hours a day, give yourself some grace. That you're okay. Christ would have still died for you anyway. If you're not able to keep up, the gourmet cooking online class that you wanted to do, or, catch up on all of the sewing projects you have and wanted to accomplish now that you're under quarantine, if you're not able to keep up on all of those projects because you're just tired or anxious or overwhelmed, give yourself some grace. God loves you, and God is the one that is the actor in this scenario of salvation, and that means our okayness in life and with the world. Salvation doesn't just mean your entrance into an afterlife. I mean, that's part of it. But salvation is a broader term, which encompasses an afterlife, but also has to do with what's going on right now. And it has to do with your and my being okay in this world, being acceptable, being loved, being enough. And we are enough, not based on who we are, what we think, what we feel, or what we do. We are enough based on the work, the great work of Christ on the cross. It was a healing for all humanity. So give yourself a break this time. That's my encouragement anyway. Your sense of physical energy, your sense of emotion, and that of everybody in your household might go up and down in a more kind of chaotic way or unexpected way than before. Now, again, if that's not happening, that's fine too. I mean, if you're feeling good and peaceful and everything's running smoothly, that's great. There are some benefits to this time. Maybe slowing down is helping you and your sense of peace and your connection with your family members. But if it is more difficult, it's okay. I want to encourage you through it. You are still good and loved, and most people are trying to do the best they can with what they know. So just know you are surrounded by the grace of God at this time. God bless you, and take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.